TBIC, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in partnership with TNS Media Group with the team and the family. Cleveland and the Rams, they now made a trade. Myles Garrett is now a Ram, and Jared Verse is now in Cleveland. This deal, for me, is heartbreaking for me. I'm going to tell you why it's heartbreaking, because I was hoping the Eagles could have got him. Let's keep it real. I wanted the Eagles to get, Myles Garrett. I thought Myles Garrett, he's a game changer, probably the best to ever do it at his position. I mean, arguably, I'm not saying he is. A lot of great players that played that position that he played. But if you look at this trade and you get him over there to the Rams have a veteran quarterback, Hall of Famer, who, just missed the Super Bowl last year, and they have been very, very competitive. They have, a great receiver over there. They have a great offense. They have a great coach. And now you bring Myles Garrett to the Rams. This is going to be scary, man. A lot of teams in the NFC are going to be scared now that Myles Garrett is now with the Rams. Because listen, if you look at this trade, you look at this, it makes them a whole lot better. And I mean, no shade to Jared Verse, because he's a great player. No shade to him. But when you add somebody like Myles Garrett to your roster on defense, along with everybody else they have on that defense, for me, this is devastating to the NFC, man. They're gonna be a problem. I'm not saying they're gonna go undefeated. Of course, they're not gonna go undefeated, but they're gonna be very, very good and very, very hard to get a win against, especially going up against that defense with Myles Garrett. And they have a great coaching staff around them. Now let's go to the Browns. Browns are still trying to figure it out, still trying to find a way. I'm not going to get into the whole quarterback controversy, but the Browns are trying to figure it out. They're trying to, see if they can even get into the playoffs. I don't know if they can do it. They're in a tough division. So, Jared Verse is now just, playing to keep his name alive so they can continue to get paid, get those big checks. But I know he's kind of disappointed being traded, but he probably understands this is a part of the football. But let's go back to the Rams again. I just want to speak about them. On offense, they have some great weapons. On defense, they have some great weapons. They have a very good defensive line now, probably tops in the league, somewhere at the top of the league. They have a good linebacker core. I think that they lost a cornerback or so on their team in the secondary, but they can kind of rebuild that. But if you look at this team overall, when you add somebody like Myles Garrett, ultimately that makes your defense possibly top 10 in the league. Easy top 10. Before the season even starts, before anything starts, the Rams defense is now top 10 in the league. Let's be clear about that. So I look forward to see what happens in regards to this. I believe Myles Garrett is going to have a huge season this season. I believe he's hyped up to be on a team that's finally winning. He didn't want to waste much more of his career, trying to figure it out in Cleveland. Not saying that Shador can't get it done. Shador has been proven to be able to play. But you go to a Rams team that just missed the Super Bowl last year. Just missed the Super Bowl. A few plays that went their way, they could have been in Super Bowl easy. But they didn't make it. But you look at this team, adding Myles Garrett is very, very scary. And I'm pretty sure on a lot of people's picks for a Super Bowl, the Rams are going to be right there. A lot of people are going to choose them to make it to the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens going forward. It's TBISC, the best in sports entertainment.